I want to share with people some of the signs of gang stalking so that way you will understand clearly what these people are doing. First of all, their main goal is to destroy your life. I know some people are going to cry, especially women, when they hear that they are actually human beings that want to destroy your life. It's sad, but it's true. If you do not believe me, you can do a Google search or do a YouTube search on a video called Evidence of Gang Stalking, ABC News. That way you can see how evil people can be. People that are in positions of authority and where they're supposed to be respected by the members of their community. People that do this type of stuff, this gang stalking, tend to be middle class, homeowners. They're normally a part of secret societies that declare to be the good guys, the good people, you know. It's really sad. I actually was offered to join one of these groups a long time ago and was constantly being followed and systematically harassed. And these people were doing everything in their power to systematically harass me. I used to go out into nature every once in a while and practice some esoteric stuff that I like to practice, like offerings to the Buddha, but some other stuff. Nothing bad, no human sacrifices, pretty much giving flowers to a Buddha. That was it. And some mantras. So I started to have people take pictures of me while I was in nature, while I was in isolated places. I started to have people enter the schools. They were all pretty much U.S. Army. I started to have people with Virginia tags follow me around wherever I was going. And I actually had one encounter with some people. They were part of a group called the Illuminati. They didn't give me any hard time or any problems, really. They were actually pretty nice with me. But the only people that really gave me a hard time were these people that were in the military. So I'm assuming that they're, working for another agency, and a lot of times they're reservist, and maybe FEMA or someone's using them. The reason why I say this is because every state that I'm moving to, I'm having these same problems. And I'm noticing that law enforcement is working with community watch groups. Sometimes you might find a red sticker on your mailbox. They're circling around your place in groups with their lights off. They will buy the same things that you buy. So that means that someone within law enforcement is giving them your information and where you are at, so that way they can watch you. And they're calling this community engagement or community-oriented policing. I'm a grown man. There's a reason why I don't work at this moment, because every time I go to work I'm being threatened and harassed by groups of people and slandered. So why would I want to go to work with people that are predominantly white that want to start a fight with me just because I want to work? And they're telling me that there's people saying bad stuff about you. So when I talk to the police, they say, well, you don't have any sex, drug, or violence charges. We don't see what the big deal is. They say, we have killers out here getting out of prison. And, why would anyone want to mess with you? But then I started to hire private investigators, took the advice of one private investigator and started carrying a dash cam everywhere I was going for like a week. We filled up a tremendous amount of flash drives. And what we found in Florida was that police were actually using women and people as informants. So while I would go into places, I was told to put on this camera. And we would actually see people dressed in black, getting out of cars, working on behalf of law enforcement to go into a store and follow me around. It's being done as a way to aggravate and make a person feel highly unsafe, and they're actually working with government agencies too, the police, in many states. I would say the worst gang stalking that I've ever experienced in my whole entire life has been here in Texas. And I mean, it's been horrible. It's been freaking horrible. Every time I used to come home, this lady would come out downstairs, come outside, the exact moment I parked. Then I had people that every time I went for a walk, making mean faces at me like they had a problem with me. I had people that were pacing back and forth in front of my house. Kids putting on black hoods on when they passed by. So that tells me that police were involved. Not only can I prove it, I have a person down the road from me that's actually told me He says, they just tell us, they just, kind of patrol the area, but, you know, it seems like they want to, intimidate you or want you to leave. And I told them, hey, I can't leave. I don't have the income to leave. I can't just pick up and go and then keep running from this problem in every state that I go to. I can't keep living like this. So I started doing research and found out that people have committed suicide due to these programs. That it has nothing with protecting the public. And when I mean it has nothing to do, I mean zero, nothing at all. Because they are child molesters out here, and they will tell you, no one's harassing me, no one's threatening my life, no one's threatening to bomb me, and I'm experiencing this. So it seems that they are people with a certain blood type, like my whole family, they don't have the same blood type as me, and I heard some people have been targeted due to having a certain blood type. And these people seem to get pleasure out of trying to destroy my life, trying to make my life hard. They don't even want me to have a decent job. They don't want me to get married. They have done every single thing in their power to prevent me from having a sex life and dating for the past 10 years. They have done everything that they can to destroy my computers. And even today, I've been hacked numerous times. So now I'm using Linux operating systems on my computers. So the goal seems to constantly leave me in a state of fear, constantly harass me. So I don't harass none of these people, but what I do is, if someone's harassing me, and people are telling me, hey, Citizens Corps police, what I do is, to see if they're really behind it, I just walk by their place, park my car, walk by my place. Sometimes I'll even get a bag, and I'll put a pillow in it, because really my best friend is my pillow. I'll put my Bible in there, and I'll just go to their office and say, hey, please leave me alone, So that way, if someone has a problem with me, if they kill me, I die with my pillow and my Bible, and that's it, So I don't harm people, but if someone's out here trying to abuse me mentally, the way I see it is, that's just as bad as physical abuse. They're trying to destroy my computers, trying to harm me, prevent me from working, then you are a threat to me. And if police won't intervene, then I have to, confront you and ask you to please stop. And I've done it with Citizens Corps, and then they actually came again with a group of people in a very harassing manner, like letting me know we're not going to stop. That's when I realized that this program is really dangerous. It's really sick. When I first moved here, I had some people, they had a block watch sticker on their car. They wouldn't turn their head, they wouldn't look, but it was done in a very harassing manner, parked right next to me. And I noticed the same thing with Citizens Corps. They do the same thing. They say that these groups are non-confrontational, but why are they parking next to you? Why are they constantly following you in stores? Why are they persistently harassing you and everywhere you're going? So that tells me that these people are actually involved in activities which medical science has linked to horrible stuff. Now, I should take a picture of it, but I actually have some damage to my car, all the paneling, and it happened right before I got this right here. It's a frequency counter, and I have some other devices. And once I ordered this, once it was on, the day before it came in the mail, I looked at my car, and the paneling, where the GPS wires and all that stuff were at, was removed. Someone removed it. So I kept getting a signal, but I couldn't pinpoint the exact point. So I got this. So it appears that someone has placed some GPS device in my car and tried to get rid of it. There's another one on my car, and it seems to go off at a certain speed. I think it's like 45 miles an hour. And then once I pull off the road and stop in isolated places, I can pick up the signal. But it's hard for me to get. It's like way up in the back. I think the person must have had a real slender arm. It must have been a woman that put it in there, from what it looks like. So I may have to have the car raised to reach that area, because I don't have one of those really good jacks. I just have a jack to change a tire, and that's about it. So I realized, after doing research on Blockwatch, seeing FEMA's connection, Citizens Corps, and then I went to the Department of Safety to talk to DHS. They have a building over there, and I was given a criminal citation to not go back, a warning citation. It's the only problem I've had since I've been here. And they were actually nice with me. I explained to them what was going on. I think they kind of knew something, kind of believed me because they let me go. And I told them, man, I'm frightened. I don't know what's going on. So while I was there, I had a similar occurrence with another person. They didn't work for, I guess, the same agency, but I told them this is what they're doing, and they're actually, this is one of their people. They're doing the same crap. And they're going around town and harassing me. So I have a tremendous amount of tags. I'm not sharing it with police. There's a reason why, because I want to actually do my own research, because these people obviously don't want these people to get arrested. They obviously know what's going on. It's very, very apparent. When I first moved here, I went to the main police department, and this person was stalking me, following me around, and they didn't even want to get involved. I should have contacted another police department, 911 or Internal Affairs, but I just let it go. Yeah, as long as the people don't try to hurt me, I'm not going to hurt them, you know. So it's been very, very disturbing. It's had a tremendous impact on my life, because you can go to any neighbor here and they'll tell you none of them know me, they don't have any problems with me. If any of them have a problem with me, the only reason it can be is because someone in a position of power and trust within the community has alerted people in these neighborhood watch groups about me with no probable cause, no arrest or nothing. So these people think that by systematically harassing people that they're going to move, and they're going to, you know, just accept this as being normal. To grow them in now. So I haven't owned a gun in 20 years. If I really wanted to get big green boxes, some rifle scopes, some serious firepower, it wouldn't take me about 15 minutes. But to protect myself against any group that posed a threat to our country and to my mental state and well-being. Because I don't hear voices, I don't rape, murder, or hurt no one. I'm not looking for a problem. But if everywhere I'm going, people are systematically terrorizing me, harassing me, I'm going to look to try to protect myself in the community. So I've been looking for the big guys, the big fries behind this. I'm not looking for a little citizens corps and some people that want to just go around and harass people. And from what I have found out, there is a secret society that has given me some issues, given me some problems. And when I look at those that pretty much run a lot of our military organized agencies and stuff, and I see these people, their associations, and what I found, like, I see a clear picture. I see a clear picture. Like I said, I've been looking for the big guys behind this, because I really will try to sue them if they don't stop. And this is how I was able to find out the people behind this. I actually started following people that were doing this to me. A lot of people say, that's crazy, you shouldn't follow people that are dangerous like that, or that are into terrorism. But I was looking at their sticker affiliation, was able to get the main organization that they belong to. It goes all the way back to the UK. So started to get emails and stuff, people from the UK about them laughing about my website and different stuff like that. And I realized that this is some serious crap. This movement is just not in America. It's primarily done in Canada, UK, and America. When you look at the people that are complaining about this treatment, it's normally done in these places. And it's done by people that declare to be the good guys, the good people, men of God, men of the light, descendants from the light. You know, so after refusing to join this secret society, I started to have a lot of harassment by people in the community. It was like non-stop. When I started to do research on how massive this movement was, I was like, holy shit. It goes as far as DOD, White House, Senate, representatives. I mean, it's massive. Our government has been pretty much infiltrated. And this is happening mostly in NATO countries and stuff. It's been infiltrated. America's gone, people. I hate to say it. It doesn't matter what we do. We can defund, stop funding community-oriented policing. It's gone. It's, the feminism, the LGBT community. I'd say they're bad people, but it's gone. It's gone. And the only way that I see it possibly coming back, and I'm not even a Christian believer, but I respect Jesus, is really through prayer. I really think that we need prayer groups, a whole bunch of prayer groups. And even non-denominational people, or people pray that God has mercy upon us for all the evil that we are promoting on TV. I see what the kids watch on TV, and there's cartoons actually promoting sexual immorality like you won't believe, killing people, drug abuse. I mean, it's horrible. When I was a little kid, it was Fraggle Rock, Snoopy, the Jetsons, and now what they show on TV is unreal. When I preached in churches and worked with troubled kids to encourage them to not to go down the wrong road, even the kids, even boys, little girls, 15, 16, 17, flirting and talking nasty towards me. We live in a really sick time, a really perverted time. It's the worst time to have kids, and it's the best time to die. It's the best time to die, is right now. So, for those that are being targeted, I want to let you know that violence is not the answer. Of course you're going to have fits of rage. Of course you're going to be angry. Of course you're going to type your emotions out online. Of course people are going to want you. If you feel like you just feel like, lose it, you're going to lose it, But realize that no one has the authority to systematically terrorize you. It's easy to get even with these people. It's easy to cause harm to large groups of people that seek to harm America or Americans. But it's just flat out wrong to lower yourself to the mindset of a domestic terrorist, to lower yourself to a state of these people that seek to harm Americans. Because what they want to do is they want to harass you so much, and they want you to live in a state of indignity. They are violating your dignity. So can you imagine, I went to Citizens Court one time to ask them to stop. And what happened? They came back again and again and again. Now how would they feel if I constantly came back again and again and again, or said, you know what, enough. Enough. And I've been going through this every single place that I go. And I've looked, and I've noticed they have a council in every single place that I go. So I was told not to go there no more. And I decided to look at, it's called the Texas Regional Council. I guess they're connected to them. And looked, and they had signs saying research, research, research. And noticed that after doing some research about all these different psychological programs, that HHS, FEMA, police, fusion centers, all these people get together. And there's threat assessments done. A lot of times it's the FBI, Secret Service, different intelligence agencies. They're all doing their own threat assessments. So you could be attacked by literally, not just the FBI, but literally a bunch of different agencies. And many could be, not even an agency, could be a corporation, using their employees that have their own community engagement director. A lot of major corporations have a community engagement director, and they feel like it's their responsibility to go out and protect the community by harassing you nonstop, not knowing who you are. I think a lot of times people forget that we are not in China. This is not China. If we're going out and we're doing this to the wrong person, even a woman. I mean, I know women in Florida, you don't want to be doing this to. They're a Christian, but they will shoot you faster than me. And I'm a Buddhist. If I was a Christian, there would already be a lot of people in some meetings disappearing really fast. And I'd be going along with them to get them off this earth. And I know the angels in heaven probably praising God that they're gone. And it takes a tremendous amount of self-respect for a person to lay down their life for America and say, no more domestic terrorism. But I encourage people to not act out in a violent manner. These people have one goal, and one goal only, to destroy America. That is their goal. It's not to protect America. Because when people go out and they systematically harass people, and they use kids, these people that they're using sometimes are actually risking their lives, even families, because they don't know if that person has a gun. They don't know what that person has told other people. And then eventually what's going to end up happening is that people are going to start looking. And they're going to start looking at the history of all these people and their complaints. And they're going to start seeing that this is not a lie. That what is going on, this gang stalking, is for real. Now, a lot of it's happening under community-oriented policing, community engagement. And you have a lot of people also that are racist. I mean, highly, highly racist. Some of these people are connected to Confederates, Tea Party groups, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I actually have friends in Florida that some of them are even in the type of stuff, but I'm not a part of their movements. But I've worked with them, and I respect them. They believe in the Constitution, but I'm not a part of none of those groups. And I definitely want to say that there's some people you don't want to mess with. You definitely don't want to mess with. So you don't want to trample on their rights. You start going and doing that stuff to these groups of people, they're not going to care what letter of organization you belong to. So these people that are doing this to me know that they can get away with it because they know that I have spiritual beliefs. They know that I don't own weapons. They know that I pose no threat to no one. So their goal is to make me sick, and they're connected to the media. So once you go out and you do something wrong, they're going to use your past history and all that as an excuse as why you did that, as an excuse why you snapped. Another thing that they will also do too is they will utilize doctors. They have their own different organizations for doctors and physicians. So your physician may actually be a part of these groups. And a lot of times they will even give people a faulty diagnosis. It's really sad, but it does happen. So I encourage people that are experiencing this to realize that you have to stay strong. And the Bible actually orders you, it commands you to leave America. It actually says flee Babylon. So if you're a Christian, you are actually commanded to flee Babylon. And I encourage people that are experiencing this to flee all European countries. If you're being targeted, flee non-European, not non-European, European countries. And look more towards like Asia. And try to see if you can meet someone that can help you, meet you halfway in life. Because in these countries, like in European countries for men, it's really hard. We have some of the highest rates of divorce. So we have a lot of men that are literally going to work for nothing. I say about maybe 30-40% of men in America going to work for nothing because they're paying just child support. So they can't marry or date again. A lot of these guys are just cash strapped to the max. And we have a huge population of people in America. I mean millions, I'm talking about millions of people that every 6 months they're worried about where they're going to live next month because a lot of places won't allow them to rent because they committed a mistake a long time ago. So it's a constant battle of survival. These people want to push you in a corner because they know when they push people into a corner, what happens is that when they come out of that corner, when the person's being forced into a corner, they come out and they normally come out shooting. And we're going to hear a lot more about this because this stuff is being done covertly. What happened like at Orlando, that was just a little taste of what can happen when you systematically harass people. A lot of what people heard was false news. That person was actually systematically harassed and made numerous reports about being targeted and being systematically harassed. And a lot of times the agents will come right into the house and get the information so that way people can't get it. So a lot of things are covered up. We have a lot of fake news going on. So I encourage people, if you have money to leave, leave. These people don't stop. They'll tone down because they know they're being watched. And a lot of times they'll feel bad. And the only reason why they'll feel bad is because they know they've been caught. They know they have been caught and they know that you're on to them. And that makes them feel bad. If it wasn't for that, they would not feel bad for what they're doing. And a lot of times they're taking the word of an FBI agent or someone from DHS that can't really be trusted, that really doesn't know you. After all, if these organizations like DHS can be trusted, why are they trying to hide their social media footprint? Why are they trying to hide their addresses? And there's a reason why. Something seriously unethical is going on. God bless and have a good day. Peace.